It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
Thank you for that brief countdown.
3,
Thank
2,
you,
1.
thank you, thank you. Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show. Welcome to a new
Afternoon
week.
show.
Afternoon show, morning, afternoon, they just cluster.
And we just should do a brunch time show, I think.
No. No, we're good. Welcome to a healthy Monday, because this is the theme that I've been trying to push out now for a couple of weeks.
I have to tell you, I am so proud of you.
Why?
That
What
you're
did I
into
do?
doing
What
health,
did I do?
That you're doing health shows. You have no idea from that man to this man.
Well, healthy
But you
shows are
chose.
good.
But you chose that life, so I'm proud of
I
you.
chose that life too.
And then you re-chose, right? People change.
We
things
all
change.
get to choose good, bad, and indifferent. It's how we perceive it. Do we want to have a tomorrow, or are we done?
Speaking of perception, question for you. If your truth is your truth, but I think you're wrong, is it true?
Yes.
According to
Me.
perception.
Mine.
Perception.
Your perception is none of my business. We've talked about this.
I don't like that. To me makes no sense. I know people have told me that for years. I have a hard time with that though. Because if someone doesn't like me, I want to know why. I think it's my business.
Why?
Because then they're being mean or they're talking about me
What
behind my
difference
back.
does that make to you?
We talked about that this morning too, right?
You see,
Consistency, and you just go.
When I weighed 268 pounds, I was very happy. It wasn't until others said, I see you. You're going to go into ICU now. And I had all those, and that's when I said, okay, I got to change some things. So I had to eat less, I got to walk more, I got to do certain things. So we're going to talk about different advantages for your lifestyle today. Bonnie will be with us next week as well as we continue this march to
Fitness and better health. It's really important, especially, it's always important. But now as we go into the last quarter of the year, you know what that means?
Yes.
Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, New Year's. It's a whole lot of food.
This is the saddest last 3 months for any diabetic. It's about to hit me now. It is Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween, New Year's, the booze, the cakes, the food, the friends. You don't want to insult nobody. People bring in food in here all the time, and I say, oh, I'm full. How many times can I say I'm full?
You're really pretty good about that. You've got amazing willpower.
I give it out. I distribute it. I say, here, have some of this. So I won't eat it.
That's why I have Chuck. Here, eat this.
But this is the hardest time of the year. My mom's and dad's death, when they died. Birthdays. I mean, you name it, here it comes. It's all stacked in there at the end of the year. And we talked about triggers. And you get these triggers, and the next thing you know, you're doing some serious damage to you. And you don't want to do that. So here we go. This is the test. This is where I say, do you know that more people die at 10 o'clock on a Monday than any time during the month?
Because of the stress.
We're going to get into that.
Apparently the stress. So then I won't tell you, don't listen. Close your ears.
What?
That our new line of cookie dough should be in by this week. But don't listen. You didn't hear that.
You see what I got to go through?
But,
like I said.
But the good thing is, you have to make it to eat it. So
No,
you're
you
not going
don't.
to eat it
That
out
you
of
can
here.
eat raw. It has no eggs.
I didn't get the raw, but you have to at least add butter and vanilla
Yeah,
to it.
you
So we're
can
going to have our
add-
own line of chocolate chip cookie dough coming out just in time for the holidays to go with our coffee.
I heard it's delicious.
I'll let you know.
What is the saying? What is the saying?
This is actually the birthday cake one.
I know, but what's the saying to this?
Eat my balls?
Eat my balls.
Or try my balls, I think it is.
No, it's eat my balls.
Happy-licious. So hopefully we're going to have it coming in a beautiful black bag with our logo on it. It'll be chocolate chip and safe to eat raw because it has this certain kind of flour in it that is non-GMO. It is non-processed. It's flour that you can eat raw. And no eggs.
My crystal ball says Halloween is coming.
Halloween is coming.
What are you going to be as this Halloween?
So I got to tell you about my girl math before we go to commercial break. You know, where I live now, I've got kids in my neighborhood. I didn't have kids for years. Now I've got kids. So the first year I bought 4 bags of candy, and I went through 3.
Why don't you tell them about the first year, what you did?
And that was Christmas. So
Yeah,
then
tell
last
me.
year I bought 3 bags of candy, and I went through 1. This year I bought 5 bags of candy, which means if I go through 3, 1 comes here, then I'm down to 2. And then there's leftovers, and Chuck goes, what are we going to do with all this candy? I don't know. I may as well bring it to the studio because they're going to eat it. No overhead expense because it came from the house. Girl math, free candy for the studio.
Does the government know about you? Why don't you tell them what you did the first year?
I was watching Hallmark Channel actually yesterday.
She's ignoring it.
No, I'm going to tell you the story. And there, you know, Hallmark Channel, because it's October, it's now Christmas time. So all new Christmas movies are out. So they're doing all these Christmas carols. And I'm watching, and I'm thinking of you.
Christmas carols.
And they open the door, and everyone's outside caroling. And I'm thinking, I'm going to call you and tell you that they didn't let them in either until they do.
They didn't let them in.
And then they let them all in for hot cocoa.
She had kids. She had kids at the door singing Christmas carols. She didn't let them in. What do we do? Let's hide under the bed.
So now I'm thinking, do I get them like candy canes for this year? Do I save the Halloween candy for them for Christmas? What do I do?
I don't know in this country, but you do. In Puerto Rico, you invite them in.
Well, that's what they did on the Hallmark Channel. They invited them all in and made them all hot cocoa.
That's what you do. You have cocoa. You have the parents. You make them something.
So I'm going to invite the whole neighborhood in for cocoa?
So I'm going to take all the kids to a parranda. In Spanish, it's called a parranda, which is what you guys call Christmas caroling. And we go in, we knock on the door, and they start to sing, and and you're supposed to invite us in. You don't invite us in, you're going to get egged. A lot of eggs on your door.
You all came from, what was it, Rosh Hashanah last year, so we can do Christmas as well.
How'd you like that? We brought our own food.
You brought your own food? I didn't have enough.
I wanted to make sure we ate that.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, we've got a great show lined up for you today. Health and wellness from 2 different perspectives, which is really interesting, but it's all about choices and getting you into better health, mindset, fitness, clearing your head out of all those cobwebs, and you know what? That's really the key.
So get a pen and paper ready because you're going to want this information. Are we doing the call-in?
Give us a call, 888-9944-995, Studio A. More to come on the other side of this commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Amp Media Productions proudly announces Music Nights. We invite you to a 2-night concert event, November 10th and December 1st, starring J.C. Dreesen with her Salute to the Veteran. And True Rumors, the greatest Fleetwood Mac tribute band on the land. For more information and to grab your tickets, head over to events.amp2.tv. That is events.amp2.tv, and don't be late.
AMP2 Media Productions, in collaboration with True Oldies Radio and Comcast TV, bring you the opportunity to spotlight your business on Monday Night Football on ESPN. By targeting your preferred Comcast region, your commercial will be spotlighted during NFL and NCAA football season, reaching over 1 million viewers. Let AMP help you amplify your impact in the community. Contact us at 866-224-5422 to create your own commercial today.
Do you have an idea for a show or a podcast? Do you want the opportunity to be on TV? Amp Media Productions is partnered with True Oldies Real Radio Station and powered by many online platforms such as Roku, Facebook, YouTube, and even Amazon Fire to help amplify your impact. Do you want your voice to reach a wide audience? Call us today at 866-224-5422.
Le Sorel Restaurant, home of the authentic Italian tradition, offers a large menu that consists of seafood, steak, homemade pasta, brick oven pizza, and homemade desserts including a wide wine selection. We also have the best bar in Boca Raton with delicious cocktails, homemade limoncello, cappuccino, Italian espresso, brandy, and other specialties. Open every day with a lunch and dinner menu. For more information or to make a reservation, contact lesorelrestaurant.com or call 561-235-5301.
If you've been injured in an accident that's not your fault and you don't have an attorney, listen up. We have legal professionals standing by to answer your questions and tell you what your case is potentially worth. Hi, I'm Gina along with spokesman Rob. So Rob, tell the folks at home who should call right now.
Just like you said, Gina, anyone who's been injured in an accident that was not your fault, you don't have an attorney, give us a call right now. We're going to answer all of your questions and we'll let you know what your case is potentially worth.
Thanks, Rob. You heard it, folks at home. Pick up the phone, call now.
South Florida's Good Time Oldies. Now, Boca and Delray Beach have their own oldie station. Catch us on 95.3 FM. It's the greatest rock and roll hits of the 60s and 70s. On South Florida's Good Time Oldies, 95.3 FM.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Where's the song?
We're it. You gonna sing for us?
And we're back now. There's no song.
But we can get a song. November
What is it,
10th,
November 10th? Yeah.
November 10th, save the date, J.C. Dreesen, giving back to our veterans, a salute to the veterans in honor of Veterans Day. Join us at the Movies of Delray, 7:30, doors open at 7, up in Delray Beach, to hear the J.C. Dreesen. I guess she's doing divas, Broadway, a little bit of everything, and to give back to our veterans.
So honoring the vets of America. And the show starts at 7:30, but we want you there at 7 because we're expecting a big number. We want you to be comfortable, and we will not be letting Dawn give away the prizes this time.
All of them.
She will not be giving away 25 cruises to the Bahamas. By the way, the radio station called me and says, what happened? All these people showed up.
I bet all the drink packages on the cruise ship was very happy that I did that.
Very happy.
Exactly.
Are we going to be doing a cruise?
We're going to talk about that. But then on November 12th, what do we have?
That's November 12th.
The walk to end
Or the walk.
Alzheimer's.
And, you know, I asked them to put us on their flyer. Nobody even knows that from 11 to 1, we're going to be doing a show. We have singers. JC's going to join us. Johnny T's going to join us. Megan's going to join us. We're going to be singing, huffing and puffing on the air.
Where are we going to be?
At the Sunset Cove Amphitheater out west on Glaze, all the way to where the alligators live.
So the walk to end Alzheimer's. The walk starts at 8, from 8 to 11. And we're going to be there with some music, entertainment, and I guess some food trucks from 11 to 1. So come out and join us for that. And then December 1st, True Rumors, the tribute band for Fleetwood Mac, with the one, the only True Rumors, with Eddie Jelly and his amazing band. We're going to be at Savor Cinema in Fort Lauderdale, which will be a lot of fun, kicking off the holiday season.
We're going to have Pizza Rica with us here and the Pizza Rica with us down there as well because they have 2 locations. You like Fleetwood Mac?
I love Fleetwood Mac.
You know, somebody told me you did. They told me you were a big Fleetwood Mac person.
Love them.
I don't know who the hell said that to me, but somebody told me.
Daisy and the Six? Davey, yes, that's how I ended up finding Fleetwood Mac, because I was doing a binge watch of that, and then I've started, you just hold your mic, Bonnie. And then I started watching Daisy Jones and the Six, and I started looking for a Fleetwood Mac band, so that's how I found Eddie Jelly.
And we went to see them in concert, yes, do a performance. I got to see them, and I got to see them up close. You get ringside seats, and holy smokes, are they good. They are really, really good.
But I'm excited that Bonnie's back with us, Bonnie Salco of Love Bunny, L-U-V, and it was her book she wrote about her journey through addiction and trauma. We haven't heard from Bonnie or seen her in quite a while, and she reached out and said she wanted to bring in one of her therapies, a new medical therapy that she's doing with Sonia, and I'm going to let her introduce Sonia Cotto. Yes. On what she's doing.
Cotto or Coto?
Coto.
There you go.
Technically
That's why you
speaking.
do
Tú eres
that.
Latina?
Coto.
Yes, it's Puerto Rican last name.
¿De dónde? From where?
I believe it's a married last name, but I believe Caguas.
Caballeros de Caguas, the
That's
Cowboys
fun.
of Caguas. That's right down the street from where I live.
Yeah?
Humacao, Caguas, about an hour.
So what I love about Bonnie is she's always been honest and authentic. And the hard part about social media is we were talking about everything looks perfect on the outside, but everyone's got a story going on the inside. And Bonnie wrote this lovely book talking about her journeys and your mom and all the things. Some of it was funny, but yet not, because this was your life, right? It wasn't funny when you went through some of these things. But now you look back at it and you're laughing, but you still have pitfalls and highs and lows, and you're going through another process now you wanted to share with our audience.
So yeah, thank you for having us.
Just hold your mic a little bit closer.
Thank you for having us. I found myself, after writing the book, which was extremely therapeutic and fun, I found myself still especially grappling like with bad eating disorder and highs and lows and these negative voices in my head. I can't, low self-esteem stuff. And a friend of mine in recovery, because as you know, my recovery I'm sober 12 years plus, and it was a big concern of mine when someone recommended ketamine therapy. And I'd heard about it, that it was a groundbreaking treatment, and I was very scared to do it. A, because of my sobriety, B, because I didn't know what was in store for me. And it has changed everything. It has been as monumental for me as getting sober was. So I went to the Ketamine and Wellness Clinic Center of South Florida and met Sonia. She's a nurse anesthesiologist, and she's been my main coach. But, obviously with integration, this was such a life changer for me. So I will let Sonia tell you about the treatments, because it's wonderful. And this clinic is the best.
Oh, thank you.
This is so interesting to me, and I'm glad, Sonia, that you're here to talk about it under supervision and doing it the right way. Because apparently there's street ketamine that's called something else, just like there's all kinds of things that are out in the street. And there's this whole misnomer and misconceptions of things. And of course, this way you're doing it under medical supervision. And that's the most important thing that we can stress here is consult your physician and do it the right way. Don't be going getting things off the street and think you got this. So I'm glad, Bonnie, that you're doing this the correct way. So welcome.
And I think thank you for having me, and thank you, Bonnie, for asking and inviting me. Ketamine has been transformative, and I'm so blessed to be able to see people like Bonnie just transform and change their lives. Ketamine traditionally is an anesthetic drug. I think that there's that stigma of Special K and K-holes and party and addiction, and or being a horse tranquilizer. It is used in veterinary medicine, but ketamine has been used as an anesthetic and for pain management since the Vietnam War. I mean, people don't realize how amazing of a medication it is for anesthesia, for trauma. We use it all the time for trauma patients. It's very safe. Realizing that in such a low dose, and it's been studied since there's plenty of studies printed and published since 2000 of the therapeutic mental health benefits of ketamine. We have chemical benefits of ketamine, which is rebalancing neurotransmitters, increasing neuroplasticity, which is increasing the communication between the brain nerve cells, and decreasing inflammation. And that's just the beginning of the chemical benefits, because a lot of pharmaceuticals, antidepressants, we always worry and focus on the neurotransmitters at the end, and we're taking the SSRIs, SNRIs, and all these different type of medications. But that's the end result. That's, chronic years of depression, anxiety, negative self-talk, traumas, all that stuff leads to poor diet, poor food choices, increased inflammation, increased stress hormones, depleted other neurotransmitters, and then we get the imbalance of the neurotransmitters, and then we give a pill for that. We need to go back to the root cause, and sometimes it's difficult. Many, many years of therapy, you can know of what's the right thought process. Oh, I should be doing this or this, but to actually feel it and be able to do it, that's where people struggle. And people are needlessly struggling because of the stigmas of, I don't want to, try ketamine because it's this special PCP or drug and all that. And that's what kept a lot of people and still keeps a lot of people from trying it because of that fear, but in a therapeutic, controlled manner. Starting off low dose, getting the therapy and integration, and really looking at a holistic approach as far as how's your nutrition, how's your vitamin D levels, your B12, your zinc, your diet. Are you eating appropriately, giving your brain enough food to function? So it's not just about the ketamine, and we try to emphasize that because there are a lot of clinics opening up, and they believe that it's just the ketamine. Oh, you just need the ketamine, but there's so much more to that, to be able to do the work outside of it, getting to the root cause of the stories. We all have stories, whether I'm not good enough, I'm stupid, I'll never be loved, I'll never have money, I'll always be broke, I'll always be alone. These stories came from somewhere. And the real healing is getting to those stories and being able to change them.
Okay, I never heard of it. So I'm going to approach this like I don't know what it does, how it does, or anything else. There's a couple of concerns that I have for it. Number one, how do you introduce it into the body?
So there's few options. There's so many routes. We focus on intravenous or intramuscular because there's no bioavailability adjustments. 100% of what I give you is what you receive. There are intranasal routes. Now I think Johnson & Johnson has the Spravato. Then you have the oral, like the troches that people have. There's some transdermal coming about, subcutaneous, but those are all affected by your absorbency. So with the mouth, is it 25% that you're going to get versus 40%? So if I give you 100 milligrams, are you going to get 25 or 40? It's a lot more difficult to control to see of what you're getting.
And you don't know what you're getting because you don't know, it depends on where you're getting it from, no?
Right. Well, most of the places that you're getting them orally prescribed at home, you're getting it from a provider, but you're doing it in low enough doses that it's a mild antidepressant. It just allows you to sustain between infusions because people who have struggled chronically will need infusions regularly throughout their life. And whether if it's affordable or not, doing the troches at home sometimes allows them to go further in between infusions. And it's very beneficial for pain patients as well, to go between infusions because their infusions are even a lot longer, more tedious. So it really helps in the oral. But for us, it's a lot easier to control and give you the right dosing and it's more efficacious for us because orally, how long is it going to last you? Or is it a delayed oral absorption? So.
And somebody like Bonnie, I guess the coaching is as important as anything else because of her background. And
100%.
My biggest fear here, not that I'm fearful, but my biggest concern would be if Bonnie gets involved in this, is it for the rest of her life, or do you get off of it? And what are the reactions or the triggers that we talked about offset to going in this direction? Is this healthy for somebody who is in recovery?
Right. So just scientifically, as far as is it addictive? Like we all know opiates and sugar is like the number one addiction. I mean, it's more addictive than any other thing. Cocaine, all these different things are addicting. Ketamine is not addicting. Other psychedelics are not addicting unless you have access. If you're have an addictive personality and you have access to this intranasal ketamine or whatever you're going to easily abuse it. You have the high, and that's where people can get addicted to ketamine. But by itself, just coming in for the infusions, you're not going to become addictive.
In a safe therapeutic environment like this,
Right.
No.
The environment I love. I highly would say, listen, the environment to me is as important as what you're taking.
Right.
Because you're doing it under the care of a professional.
Right. I would never prescribe it at home for oral troches for somebody, especially with somebody with an addiction, because then, and that's what I think the at-home model, for me, I recommend however anyone can afford it because it is more affordable for people, and it's all about healing. And so however you can get it, that's the way you need to get it. But if you have an addiction history, having this available to you to then use it in an inappropriate manner, like saving up all the troches and using them all at once, or or having too much or too little. It's a little bit too tricky to have somebody have that access at home with addiction with that. But as a whole, it is not addictive.
Well, how do you handle that then if they need maintenance between infusions?
So everyone's different. So we try to find a schedule. It used to be, every 4 weeks, but patients are different, and it's especially like with coaching and integration, if you continue doing the work and you get to really the root cause, sometimes you don't need to have another infusion. You go through, we have 6 infusions. We do it over 3 to 4 weeks. We increase in dosing. And once you get through that, that's really our opportunity to do the work, discover the stories, get to the root cause, work through triggers, and really reword your thoughts. Our words are so powerful that whatever you say goes. That you were mentioning perceptions and what your perceptions of reality are, and your perceptions are your subconscious thoughts, and they are not always right, right? But
it's
what you
really-
say it's
Yeah.
real.
What's interesting is it changes the neuroplasticity of your brain and your neurotransmitter. So you're not just masking this with a pill. Like here's a pain pill. Your pain's going to go away for 4 hours and then it's going to come back. You're actually rewiring all these misfirings that we've programmed or we have been programmed with in our minds. That's the fascinating thing. It's putting things back in place the way they should be for the reality, not just your perception, right? But the truth of what it is, that you are worthy and you are wonderful. And then you can start having these amazing thoughts, as Bonnie was saying, that she looks at herself and goes, you know what? I am good and I can eat what I want and I can do these things. It's not I should say this, but you actually feel this way is what you were telling me.
I can tell you that the voices that were in my head, like, you know, I can't do this, or, you know, you can't eat this, have been shattered. Those voices literally that I had my whole life disappeared. So I know that the neuroplasticity of my brain was rewired. I'm doing the integration work, so I plan on it staying that way. If I need a booster, if I find myself in front of railroad tracks at 3 a.m. and I need to get a booster, I will. It's not, and I'm in recovery, so it's not like, oh, I'm dying for more of that. Like, oh, I want to drink. You know, no, I don't want to do that again. But because it's a medical procedure. But if I need to do it to take care of myself, I'll do it. But most importantly, I want to do the work.
Yeah, and that allows you to, with the medicine, it allows you to.
How has it changed for you, Bonnie? What your thought process has changed? Your functioning with food has changed? Alcohol? What's it been like?
Yeah, no, the alcohol, pretty much I had no desire for many, many years to drink. The alcohol, I had no desire to drink or to take drugs or anything like that. But the eating, the food just like kept haunting me. Like I'd see food and I'd have to have it. And like now we got to the root of why. And I always knew I'm either eating to hurt myself or to not feel something. But why? Like, I really think I hated myself. And then when I realized that, somehow in an infusion, you know, and processing it, I realized I don't want to hurt myself anymore. So I really don't want, I'm neutral around these things. And the voices of I can't do this, I can't do that, or this person doesn't like me, or what is this person thinking of me? Gone, shattered. It doesn't matter.
Because of the procedure? Because of taking?
Well, each procedure I had like an epiphany, you know? They're pretty intense, you know, they're very intense. I can't say, you know, they're intense. And that's why doing it at home alone, I couldn't imagine, because the people in this clinic are so loving and kind, and you come out of it and you're a little bit out of it. And, you know, to be able to process what just happened, we talk about what happened, how it related to my childhood, and I'm like, oh yeah, I see. Suddenly I see, like that song, Casey, whatever her name is. Suddenly I see these things that I didn't see because of the integration and because of things that I saw in the infusion. They say what, the death of the ego, your ego dies. Suddenly I don't really care what other people think. Like, when in my life did I not really care what people think?
How often
Never.
do you do the treatment?
Not often. I mean, I did the 6 infusions and I did some boosters. And now I'm just working on, you know, when you go to this clinic, you can do group every once a week. And I'm talking to other people, many of whom are in recovery for 10, 15 years, that were also very skeptical about it. And we share our experiences. So, you know, if I continue to do the ongoing work, you know, I can't say when I'm going to need a booster. I can't say.
You know, is this something, Sonia, that people will have to stay on for life for maintenance, or they can actually, their brains can actually be rewired, the neuroplasticity gets maybe set and reformed as it should, and then they're good just with maintenance and therapies, but without any more medications?
Right. It's really dependent on how they are, what their history is. If they are currently living in their, horrible relationship, or in the job that they hate, or in a profession that they hate, and they're struggling with chronic stresses, they will have to come for regular maintenance. But if it was something that's been long ago, stories and doing work, or even, what's amazing too is postpartum depression. This is something that's just an imbalance, just working through it, just doing the infusion series, and then you never have to come back again. Just working through, or a recent trauma. The longer it's been since the depression or anxiety or trauma started, the longer and more work that's needed, right, to get to the root cause, because it's all been engraved. In our brain, we have this default mode network. It's for our protection. It helps us. How many times have you gotten home from wherever you were driving and you were surprised, like, oh, how did I even get here? That's our subconscious mind. It takes care of us at all times. And that default mode network prevents you from getting hurt, whether it's, oh, don't do that because you're too stupid and you're going to make a fool of yourself, or don't do that because you're not good enough, or you're, all these different stories to prevent you from doing things. And that part of the brain during ketamine or any other psychedelic, actually there's decreased circulation to that part of the brain. That's where the voices stop. The negative self-talk stops. Eventually it will come back. And that's where people will need maintenance infusions if they haven't done the work. When the voices quiet down of your negativity, you're able to, and with coaching and integration, reword. Let's find positive affirmations. For me, my stories growing up, I was stupid. And now I've obviously proven that I'm not. I have a master's degree, but it still will randomly pop up, just doing different things. But being able to replace that with knowing that I'm smart. I am smart. So even if something's stupid, like, oh, you're stupid? No, I'm smart.
The counseling to me seems to have helped you. I think that the eye opener, which is a good trigger, there are good triggers. I think the eye opener came here, but I think that you're trusting the system, and I hear the way she's speaking, and I think that what you're benefiting from is not only the medicine, but it's the counseling behind it. You're being truthful to yourself.
But for years, I've been in all sorts of therapy with great therapists, and I couldn't get there. I couldn't somehow. So it is the counseling and the coaching, but the ketamine infusions helped break through those walls so I could actually heal. I've done so much work, so much therapy, and it didn't work. It wasn't working. But the ketamine itself, the infusions, opened a door in my brain. It's like I almost felt and many people say this, I felt my brain getting rewired. I felt things moving around up there.
What types of patients can you use this for, Sonia? Because we had a conversation with someone last week that I'm thinking, well, maybe this would help. Is it only addictions, pain, inflammation, or the other voices in your head that it can help?
Oh, so much. So we have, obviously not schizophrenia, because that can actually trigger more hallucinations, because we get an increase in a brain receptor that can trigger in a schizophrenic patient. But for patients with depression, anxiety, PTSD, we even treat migraines, is amazing, fibromyalgia, chronic pain. Because of the anti-inflammatory, because a lot of, and the neuroplasticity, when you have nerve damage, healing that, being able to let it grow again will decrease the pain or the agitation with that.
Interesting. Yes, but it's the whole process. It's rewiring your mind, it's the therapies, it's the new self-talk. It's funny, when you and I started about 5 years ago, this whole new concept came of childhood triggers. Do you remember this couple that came to us and we looked at each other and went, how do we share this information? How do we deliver this on childhood traumas? And now suddenly it's more and more sense, because there's a lot of childhood traumas that people have. Even though you don't know it was a trauma, there's the thought process, whether it's you're stupid, you shouldn't eat. It's not considered physical abuse as a trauma or a kidnapping trauma, but there's this emotional trauma that sets in that unknowingly sometimes we just take it on from our parents and generations. And therein lies all of these things that have come forward.
Well, I always said that life changes every day. And you're different than when I met you the first time. Fear is a trauma. And you have all these different layers of what you have to deal with, including finding out that you can cross your legs, that you could tie your shoes, that you can actually smell pasta in the kitchen. That's part of the growth of your life every day. And you have to be able to take the old with the new and mix it together and come up with a person. You know, I always tell people, I don't know, maybe there's something mentally wrong with me, but I've never really cared about what anybody says about me.
You really don't care.
I don't. I'm
You're
not
very
here.
lucky.
I'm not here.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of people
It's a
that don't
gift.
like me. It's not. I just don't understand the other reasoning behind it.
I don't care anymore either. I mean, for that reason alone, it was worth the infusions. But like, I was so worried about what everybody was thinking, and I knew that it didn't matter. But now I really don't care.
And the first time I met you, I thought you were the most together person I've ever met.
Well.
Do you know why? Because you were honest.
Yeah.
You know, you can't take away honesty from somebody. If they tell you, listen, I had a problem. Listen, I went through this. Listen, I went through that. And they tell me, that to me means the world. It means that you're confident enough to be able to share that. So whatever gets you to that point, you want to be able to sustain it. I applaud the fact that, and you're not stupid. You're probably one of the brightest women you've ever met. I mean, you look in that mirror,
And me,
right?
she's brilliant. Yeah, she's great.
I mean, she's grinning because she knows the truth. We all have a truth. We all have a truth. And don't bury that truth in eating too much, drinking too much, doing things. But does it happen? It does, because like that book that they wrote, It's Okay Not to Be Okay.
It's okay not to be okay. Do you need a referral to come see you, or people can just give you a call? How does
Yes,
it
you
work?
can always call, and we can do a free consultation, but we do require a referral from your provider, right? Because we are providing the service and integration and additional therapy, but you do really want to still be working with your psychiatrist or primary care physician, because sometimes medications need to be held, or the day of, or stopped. Very few medications need to be stopped, but sometimes we need clearances, because ketamine will naturally increase your blood pressure and your heart rate. So if you have a history of a heart attack or a history of a stroke, we'll want to make sure that it doesn't make you not be able to have ketamine infusion therapy, but we would just want to make sure that it's stable and just monitor more closely.
Is it covered by insurance at all, or any?
Soon. So ketamine is not covered by insurance, but we are getting credentialed with insurances so that we can, at least bill for monitoring time, because you are on monitors at all times, blood pressure, EKG, pulse ox, and different therapies. So we can bill for those things. So there'll be it'll cover half insurances. So that
Half
is
is
something to
half.
happen soon. Yeah, half
All right,
and
what's
half.
the best way for people to reach you?
You can definitely give us a call at 954-320-4944. You can also go on our website at www.kcosf.com. That's the easiest. Or ketamineclinicsouthflorida.com.
Should they ask for Coto?
They can, but I have an amazing team that is highly trained. So you can either speak to me or you can actually speak to our patient coordinators.
And can I say one thing? I'm not speaking for the whole recovery community, but being in a 12-step program, I am in a 12-step program. For me, it was very important to make sure that my sponsor was on board, that my psychiatrist was on board, that I wasn't doing this off and running on my own. I have a great support system in place, and that it is a medical procedure that has helped me tremendously.
All right, more to come. We're going to
That's,
take a
that,
commercial break.
Bonnie, that's good enough for me. That endorsement is good enough for me, because it means you went through it, you worked through the fire, and you feel better for doing it. So that means a lot for you to come out here and share that.
And there's a lot of people that are actually still suffering. They're doing it the right way. They're going to their doctors, but medications haven't been, a new medication hasn't really been developed since the 80s for depression, anxiety, all those. So it's difficult, they're limited in what they can offer. So they're trying, just like Bonnie, she was doing everything. She was following and doing the work and was still struggling. And that's why the future of psychedelics is going to transform mental health, because there is something that is still missing for therapists and doctors to be able to break through why they're struggling.
And there's no side effects. Some of these
Okay, hold on, I got to
medicines.
go to commercial break.
Okay.
More to come on the other side of this break. Stay
She's
tuned.
excited.
I know, but we
Well,
got to
you're
go to
blowing
break.
the bubble here.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Do you want the opportunity to have a TV show or podcast? Now, at Amp Media Productions, you can host your very own visual broadcast anywhere around the world. With our talented group of creators, we will provide you with show elements, board operations, and any on-screen visuals you'd like to showcase. All you must do is log onto your computer and communicate with your viewers. Contact Amp Media Productions at 866-224-5422 or email hello@amp2.tv to start your own show today.
Born in Marseille, France, Max Lazega creates whimsical and free-flowing interpretive art. His 40 years in the construction industry created the foundation for his craft. His unique work displays his view of the future with bold and playful combinations of materials and processes, but the methodology remains consistent. He fuses recycled materials and discarded building supplies into a fresh, well-executed approach. Lazega has lived in Miami, Florida most of his life, where he pursues his lifelong passion of creating industrial art. For more information, contact Max Lazega at artworkstudios.org or 786-326-8873.
What if this happened to you when you're alone? Or what if it happened here? With MedGuard Alert, you're never alone. You can connect with medical professionals anywhere, anytime. And now MedGuard is introducing our exclusive new Care Watch. If you need help quickly, use it from anywhere to contact medical professionals. No cell phone required. The Care Watch is not only a life-saving medical alert device, it's a revolutionary health monitoring system that checks your blood pressure, heart rate, oxygen saturation, and much more. And here's the best part. If you have Medicaid, you may qualify to get your Care Watch for free. The Care Watch is only available through MedGuard Alert. Call us right now. We have monitoring programs starting as low as $1 a day. The call is free, activation is free, shipping is free, and no contract is required. Remember, with Medicaid, you may qualify to get your Care Watch for free. Don't wait. Call us to get your Care Watch right now. Operators are standing by.
Love the Brooklyn Cafe? Don't miss out on some of the latest merch we have available. Need a new shirt? The Brooklyn Cafe has you covered. We have a variety of shirts in all sizes, ranging from the classic cafe shirt to the highly coveted colorful hot dog shirt. Need something for cold weather? Why not grab one of our cafe hoodies? Or you can snuggle up with one of our soft silk touch fabric blankets. The Brooklyn Cafe has everything you need, from clothing about the show to our signature coffee blends and mugs. Get it while supplies last.
Amp Media Productions is excited to announce our expansion into North Miami. With our experienced team of radio and TV professionals, we are dedicated to bringing North Miami the highest quality audio and visual production services. Whether you need radio or television commercials, podcasts, music videos, or audio and visual storytelling, we can provide the solutions to help you reach your goals. Our team is reliable, innovative, and creative, and we're ready to help you develop the perfect product. With our competitive rates and personalized service, you can trust that your project is in the best hands. Contact us today to get started on your project. 866-224-5422.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
This a world. Hit it, baby! Come on! Woo!
Friday night and the lights are low, looking out to the place to go. where to play the rock music. Getting in the swing, you gonna look good. Come on up here. Anybody can be that guy. Night is young and the music's high. With a bit of rock music, everything is fine. You're in a good place. Woo! And when you get the chance, you are the dancing queen, young and sweet, only 17. Dancing queen, feel the beat of a tambourine, oh yeah. And you can dance, you can jam, having the time of your life. Ooh, see that girl, watch that scene, digging the dancing queen. Woo! Your riches, so you turn them on. Keep them burning and then you're gone. Looking out for another, anyone will do. You're in the mood for dance. And when you get the chance, you are the dancing queen, young and sweet, only 17. Woo! Dancing queen, feel the beat of the tambourine, oh yeah. And you can dance, you can jam, having the time of your life. Ooh, see that girl, watch that scene, digging the dancing queen. Woo! Digging the dancing queen. See that girl, watch that scene, digging the dancing queen. Oh, mamma mia! Woo!
Get your tickets to see that lady November 10th.
November 10th, Movies of Del Rey.
You can get them on Eventbrite. If you look up JC Dreesen on Eventbrite, you can get your tickets there. You can go to events.amp2.tv. Join us on the 10th. We're going to have a lot of fun.
More to come.
And Dawn will not be giving out the prizes. Dawn gave out over $25,000 in prizes that night. And I'd like to say that it was planned.
That was 100% planned.
She cleaned us out.
Anyway, we've got a new friend of the cafe joining us. We've got Ava joining us, and she came to us through our good friend Russ Johnson and Sally's good friend Russell Johnson. And she's traveling here doing a Florida tour, I guess for lack of a better term, on the Super Patch. So I'm going to bring Ava over and talk about, I guess it's still more on health and wellness on our Monday today.
A different perspective, a different way of approaching. I've known Russell 10 years.
Wow.
And I've done a few things with Russell in the past. And for those of you that don't know who Russell Johnson is, he was actually a producer for Oprah Winfrey.
He's done a lot of things back in the day.
Yeah.
So Ava, welcome. Her husband Chris is here, so he is her cheerleader over here on the other side of the studio. Welcome. Give us a little bit of information about you and Super Patch.
So this is a new journey that I'm a part of. I believe in health and wellness. I believe in, bringing our body back to allow the body to heal and repair naturally and organically. This is how we've been made. And we can do it with the super patches and allow the communication of the body and the brain to, start and begin that repair process without adding one more thing into our body. No more chemicals, no more medicines, no more,
And what is the Super Patch?
So this is actually a technology that was developed. Our skin is actually full of receptors. Our whole body is. And what happens is there's a communication between the body and the brain. And what it does is it helps to repair, right? So if you have, let's just say, pain going on, there's a signal that goes up to the brain decodes the signal, and then sends down the correct signal to start that repair process naturally and organically. The problem is the body and the brain stop that communication at certain times due to, disease or due to other things in the environment, lack of nutrients, so many different things. And so what we do is we allow the body and the brain to start that communication process, so then it repairs naturally and organically the way we were made. So it's just a technology that bridges the gap, if you will.
It's not medication.
Correct.
It's not anything that's going transdermal, even though it's a patch. It's a scientific technology, but
correct.
The 11 patches, they each do something different.
Correct.
How does that work?
So again, there's a lot of needs that our bodies have, right? So let me give you a simple explanation. So you have seen folks that have no eyesight, right? But they can read. How does that happen? It happens with the receptors, right? So they touch the braille. It's called braille, right? And so they touch the braille, and that the receptors are picking that up, and they're sending that signal to the brain, and the brain decodes it, and this way they can read. So imagine the patches as braille for the brain. So once the patches are on the body, on the receptors, there's almost like a QR code, if you will. There's little ridges in there, and the signal is sent to the brain, and the brain does what it does naturally and organically. So if someone has some aches and pains going on, or if someone has some stress, or bad habits, right? There's different patches for different needs. We also have you can combine certain patches to achieve different issues as well that can take care of the body.
What are some of the things they do? You've got one for focus.
So we have a focus patch, and that helps you to stay focused on task. Children with homework, right? Or maybe they're not paying attention in class, so that will help with that. We also have a flow patch that helps with cognitive decline, and that's a big issue. That also helps with anyone with ADD, ADHD, things like that. We have a kick it patch, which is important. That helps you to break bad habits. And that could be anything from, you bite your nails, or you snack too much, or maybe you're smoking and you want to quit smoking. We have a defend patch, which that is like my ultimate favorite patch of all. Everyone alive needs to be wearing this patch. It is for immune support. It's very important to keep our immune system healthy and functioning properly all the time. We also have the Freedom Patch, which is for pain, for aches and pains, things like that. We have a Liberty Patch that helps with mobility, and it also helps with natural energy. That's an important patch. So many people have mobility issues. I want to say it's about 25% of the population, which is a big number. We also have a REM patch, which is important for sleep. 75% actually of the population does not sleep.
Does it help when your partner snores, like you don't hear them?
Yeah, exactly, if you're sleeping, right? But what's important is the body heals and repairs when we're sleeping, when we have that deep sleep going on. And if people are not sleeping, the body really never has an opportunity to reboot, if you will, right? So sleep is very important. That's actually 75% of the population, which is a big, big number. We also have... I'm sorry?
How large are the patches?
They're just maybe a 1 inch by 1 inch.
Oh, they're small.
Yeah, they're small. Yeah, they're a little bit bigger than that. Yeah, maybe. And you can wear them wherever you want. Yeah.
Just an inch.
Yeah, they're just small.
It's funny because it's using your own body to find the cures that you created with your own body.
Right.
So we create our own problems. And these are just enhancing ways that we used to do it. Like I've studied umbilical cord medicine. I studied stem cell. Do you know?
You have?
I have, yeah.
When?
Do you know that when?
Yeah.
How long I know you?
A long
8 years?
time. When did you study umbilical medicine?
There was like I tell you, put the patch on.
Squirrel.
There was that's why we're going to start calling you Squirrel. Keep it up. There was a doctor that created stem cell in California back in the day. He came, he actually had me go see him. I knew you at the time because I went to see him. And he explained how stem cell was not allowed here, but you had to go to Germany, and different football players were going. Bartolo Colon went out there, a pitcher. He could still pitch, and he's like, he's going to be 60. He could still throw 90 miles an hour. So we have the antidotes inside of us. And this is just helping use those antidotes. And it behooves me because I hear people say, like CBD in the day was not allowed. Aaron Rodgers is using CBD for a busted Achilles heel. And 3 weeks later, 4 weeks later, 5 weeks later, he's walking around again because he's using these techniques. And don't tell me that, and Chuck had a busted Achilles. 5 weeks later, was Chuck throwing the football around?
He was still on a scooter.
And this guy is throwing a football around. So you got to have an open mind to what's going on. The cure to what you're doing is inside you. This is just bringing it to the surface. And what I love about this is that they have different things to do different things, anxiety being one of them. Correct?
Yes, stress is a big deal. And so we have a peace patch. And again, so many people are stressed for so many different reasons, right? It could be because of job. It could be because of, something going on in the family or just different issues. But what happens is when the body is under stress, right, it creates other issues as well. So controlling the stress is so important. And it's a mindset as well. So it affects you in so many different ways. So that's another very important patch.
It's important that you say that because sometimes when you're not eating and you're not eating well, other things happen. Other
100%.
parts of your body begin to kick in. All of a sudden, you're not sleeping well. All of a sudden, you become anxious. All of a sudden, not being anxious triggers something else, and you become whatever. So one thing leads to another, leads to another. It's not just one thing. Yes, and I have studied umbilical cord medicine. How you like that? Just like...
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
You have a question?
Go ahead.
You can put 2 or 3 patches on at the same time.
Yes, you can wear as many as necessary.
Yeah, because I had the pleasure of talking to you the other day, so I did listen to the video. The other thing that really impressed me with this is that it seems to happen instantaneously.
Yes.
Because it's working with your brain.
That is correct,
This
right.
is amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Right.
Yeah, it is correct because...
Coincidence we're meeting today.
I know. See, there's a reason for everything. But what happens is the receptors pick up on it immediately.
Right, yes.
And then the brain knows exactly what to do. Think about this. I tell people, think about how many times have you cut yourself, right? And what has happened? You rinsed it off, right? You may have put something on it or not, depending on the cut. But you've noticed the next day the body is starting to repair.
Right.
Right? And then the scar goes away and then the cut is healed and you're good to go, right?
Right.
So it's the same thing, only this is from the inside out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to bring that up because I talked to you and it was I was so impressed by what you said, and then to meet you here and then a few questions.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's
Thank
like
you for
stepping
that.
on a piece of glass or something from the ocean, and you don't go to the doctor, but you know it's there because when you touch it, it hurts. Eventually, the body spits it out. You ever seen that?
Yeah.
It
Like
spits it right out.
a lot of times you get a splinter, same way. The body rejects.
Yes, and the deeper the splinter, the longer it takes to get it out, but the body will heal itself. The problem is that we feed it junk. We feed it every bacteria, every germ, everything around us, everything, including bad water. Did you see that they found I don't want to tell you. They found diesel in this water supply in Hawaii. Really?
Wow.
Come on now. I mean,
On the
foolishness.
airplane or in Hawaii?
In the water system.
In the yeah.
No.
So you ingest garbage. So you got to sort of retract yourself away from things in general. Eat less, eat moderate, eat correctly. And I think that the patches, for me, being that I had neuropathy, I used to use the old version. These are better, new, improved versions, and they do help. I just wish that it would be faster, because we're a society that you want to take something.
Well, they say they work pretty quickly.
Well, these are, though. See, they are. So as soon as you put them on, the receptors pick up that, we'll call it the signal, the QR code. There's not really a signal. But send the receptors send the signal to the brain, and the brain starts that repair process naturally and organically, and it's quickly.
Now I got to ask you, what about the blockage of Alzheimer's? The what do they call that in the brain?
Plaques?
Well, and again, cognitive decline, right? So, look, it's important to get to the root cause of whatever issue that is. So, we know, and you just mentioned it to your point, our food source comes from a depleted ground. We do not get the nourishment that we need, the vitamins, the minerals, the omegas, right? Everything that our bodies require. I mean, look at tomatoes. Let's take that, for instance, right? When you were a child, the tomato was juicy. It was red. You can smell it, right? It was amazing. Today, they're pink. They have no flavor, right? They don't taste like anything. So just something simple as that. And this is why it's so important to use something like this, because allow the body to start the repair, since it's not going to start it by the food source that we're receiving, right? That's the problem, is we're not giving the body the nutrients it needs to jumpstart and to continue that repair process.
And I found out that I, as a diabetic, should not eat the skin on a tomato.
Wow.
Did you know that?
No.
Did you know that, T?
But you can eat the inside?
No one should be eating the skin of it.
Thank you. Thank you. I didn't want to say that because I didn't want to scare everybody.
Or seeds.
Tell
Why
me
is that? Why is that?
So there's a thing called lectins.
Yep.
That is
Okay.
in the family of gluten. Not all glutens are lectins. But it actually causes intestinal inflammation.
Wow.
Just like genetically modified food.
Right.
So we have this pandemic of our food source. Those patches are amazing because they activate stuff that has not been working, because our bodies are in this immune response constantly. Everything that you're eating, if it's processed, if it comes out of a plastic thing, if it's not fresh, and even the fresh foods, the ground is depleted. Your
100%.
body is always fighting something. It's always an inflammatory response. I mean, back when I was a school nurse, you couldn't have peanuts. You couldn't have in the building. I remember running into a cafeteria. Somebody had an anaphylactic reaction because somebody had ate a peanut butter sandwich at the other end of the cafeteria. And this is all because of digesting food pre-digested, because of all the intestinal inflammation. We're being exposed to undigested food.
That's right. She's 110% correct.
Yep, that is true.
And also the peanuts and things of that nature that are not digestible are very dangerous to a diabetic. And the reason that I started reading all of this is because sometimes pick your worst foods, because they all have something, including bread, we talked before.
Yep.
You got to pick the ones that are least damaging, and then you got to work it off. I read something called the 30-30-30, where you drink 30 grams of carbs, you walk for 30 minutes, and then you do cardio for 30 minutes. 30-30-30. Do that for 30 days, and watch what happens to your body. And this is brought to you by the Tennessee Titans NFL football
So
team.
30 grams of carbs.
30-minute walk and 30 minutes of cardiovascular, whatever the hell
Isn't
that
a
means.
walk cardio?
No, they're probably talking about doing something where the heart rate goes up. Something that you got to bring, you have to cool, it's called a cool-off process. You want to elevate your heart rate. But this is brought in by the NFL teams who put me on the vegan diet. And I'm going to tell you something, if you can do it, I was not strong enough. I only did it for 11 months.
It's a long time, though.
11 months of vegan. If you can do it, junk in, junk out, as they say. But if you can do it, it will help your diabetes, which is killing our society. It's just among my Latino brothers and sisters, man. That rice and beans, man, put it to the side. That stuff will kill you. And I'm telling you, as a 61-year-old, it will hurt you. It will. So, I'm just giving you the information as it is.
How do people get more information, Eva?
So you can actually go to mypatchqueen.com. There's all kinds of videos, information, all the patches are in there. The videos are quick. They're only, 3-4 minutes. They explain how the patches work, and you'll get to hear from our inventor as well.
And we're going to be using her expertise in many, many businesses in the past, talking about how these particular pieces can benefit you physically and emotionally, and also as a business sense if you want to go in that direction. So we're going to be covering a lot of material, but I'm excited to have you with us on Mondays and doing her own thing as well. I think, Koto, you have something you wanted to add?
Just as a side note, that every single disease in our body is caused by inflammation. So if you can decrease the inflammation in your body by decreasing the exposures, which is usually our food and our water, you can get rid of a lot of stuff.
I got to tell you, she's 125% right.
She's actually 500% right. Yeah.
Hey, there's a lot of science behind umbilical cords. I'm going to tell you, it's big science. There was a time that I could not put my leg this way over my other leg. She, after 8 years, she finally realized it because the inflammation has come down. And it's in your diet.
But even that, I've noticed, you used to literally pick up your leg and he would cross it over. And then you went to sitting sideways like that. And then this morning I saw you actually cross it over more all the way.
And I can do this. And this used to be here. Now it's here. There's a lot of things. You just got to put the weight, you got to put the work into it. And you got to sort of really decide you want to do it, but nobody can change this but you. And you got to go for it. And
another thing about food, because it's hard to be vegan, right? We are definitely in a meat potato kind of country, but knowing your source of meat, because just because you don't eat GMO corn, I love corn. I'm from the corn state of Iowa, and I can't eat corn because of the genetic modifications. It causes intestinal leakage. So even if you don't eat chicken, they're being fed cornmeal and soy. They're being traumatized. So you are eating all of everything that they've consumed. So you have to be careful of the sourcing of what you're getting.
And vegan nowadays is a whole lot better than when I tried it because there was nothing out there. I had to go all the way to Miami to get vegan ice cream. Remember when I went there? But the object of the game is if you really, really, really want it hard enough and bad enough, you'll get it done. You just got to put the effort forward. Is it easy? If it was easy, we'd all be healthy. But we're not. So if we're not, we have to be a realist. If the patches will help you, you got to give it a chance. Learn the science. Listen to what she tells you. Just like Koto, you got to listen to the science.
It's your new name now.
Hey, she's from PR.
And also the patches are safe for children because there are no ingredients. So they're safe for children, they're safe for adults, and we have FDA registration, which is very important, which simply means that the patches do what they say they do. And of course, peer reviews and studies. So that's very important. So it is backed by science and they do work. So
check it out, mypatchqueen.com. We're going to take a commercial break, but more information when we come back on the other side of this 1 o'clock hour. Give us a call, 888-994-4995, Studio A, and we'll be right back.
When it comes to protecting what matters most, your family, your business, your peace of mind, you need reliable fire protection. Introducing All Fire Extinguisher Depot, Fire Extinguisher Service. Our certified technicians ensure your extinguishers are always ready to respond to emergencies. Before and after, we leave your fire safety in top-notch condition. Join the many satisfied clients who trust All Fire Extinguisher Depot for fire extinguisher service. Because when it comes to fire safety, there's no compromise. Contact All Fire Extinguisher Depot at 786-704-2750 to get your extinguisher service today. Your safety is our priority. That's at 786-704-2750. All Fire Extinguisher Depot, protecting what matters.
Stephanie Jaffe is a world-renowned artist who creates one-of-a-kind pieces. Using a keen sense of color and composition, her vibrant collages and mosaics integrate eclectic elements such as vintage keepsakes and fine china with blown glass and fired clay to create whimsical arrangements. more information about her work, come down to the Brooklyn Cafe TV studio or go to StephanieJaffeArt.com.
Hey Kaylee, what's up?
Hey, nothing, what's up?
Nothing, just looking for music for Grandpa I listen to while we're in the car.
What's wrong with listen to now?
Let's just say we have different tastes, you know?
Why don't you try listen to a podcast on Spotify?
Like which one?
The Broken Cafe Studio one is really good.
Okay, I'll try that one out, thanks.
It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought.
If the time comes, be ready. Learn CPR and join the nation of lifesavers. Nearly 3 out of 4 cardiac arrests that don't happen in hospitals happen in homes. CPR saved my life. I've teamed up with the American Heart Association as a national ambassador to help create a nation of lifesavers, turning bystanders into lifesavers through CPR education and access to AEDs. Join me to ensure everyone has the chance to live longer, healthier lives. Visit heart.org/nation.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call Low Cost Airlines. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call now.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Once again, here we go. He's a fool, don't I know it? But a fool can have his charms. I'm in love, and don't I show it like a babe in arms? Love's the same old sad sensation. Lately, I've not slept a wink since this half-pint imitation put me on the brink. I'm wild again, beguiled again, a simpering, whimpering child again, bewitched, bothered, and bewildered. Am I? Couldn't sleep a nut, a new sensation. I've done pretty well, I think. But this half-pint imitation put me on the brink. I've sinned a lot, I mean a lot, and now I'm not sweet 17, a lot bewitched, bothered, and bewildered. Thank you. Woo!
Hi, my name is Gizmo, and welcome to Good News Today. For our first starter, Dorothy Hoffner has broken the world record for the oldest skydiver from 85 miles high in the air. She is 104 years old, and when she was asked how she was able to do it, she simply replied, "Age is just a number." This has broken the recent record from November of 2022 when a 103-year-old Swedish person did the same thing. Good news, the Starbucks worker, Karen Collingsworth, has managed to get the funding from the students and faculty of Marshall University. She's been serving Starbucks with a young staff to the students and faculty of that university for decades. And when her 2004 Kia was going to end, the students and faculty supported the funding that she needed for a new car, just to give back to the community. Good news to the student athletes, Loyola University's John Schmidt, the chaplain and head sister of the men's basketball team, is now 104 years old and has celebrated her birthday on campus. She was supposed to retire originally in 1994, but was required for her value in helping the student athletes get the grades they needed to play. For the science fans out there, Heyman Bakel has received the Youngest Scientist Award. He was able to invent a skin cancer fighting soap and was given $25,000 for the Youngest Scientist Award at the America's Young Scientists. Sounds like the next Jonas Salk to me. Now back to the news show with Freddie and Dawn.
14 years old.
Do you imagine a soap that prevents
25
skin
large.
cancer?
25 large to a 14-year-old. 14
What would
years
you
of
have
age.
done with that when you were 25?
I would have ran away.
I mean, when you were 14, sorry.
I would have ran away.
At
At
14?
either age, I would have ran away. 25 large for a 14-year-old man.
Just imagine what he's going to do going forward with
I was
it.
in high school. You would have a lot of friends. At least I would have had gas for my car.
A soap that helps prevent cancer. It's pretty amazing, skin cancer.
It's out there.
Very cool.
I don't know.
Nice job. We're just going to get the stories lined up with the pictures next time and keep on going.
It's pretty good.
See, there's hope when I'm 104.
You're going to jump out of a plane.
What was that song, When I'm 64? Yeah, now 64 is like nothing. Wasn't that the song?
I have no idea
You
what
know
the hell
what
you're
song
talking
it is,
about.
right?
Yeah.
1964 was
No,
a song.
it-
When I'm 64.
Right.
Which I am.
Wow, you sing well.
Right? And now it's like, you're singing, Steve? What's the name of the song? When I'm 64. Oh, there you go.
Okay, and at 64, I've got to tell you, I couldn't turn my head until I tried one of those paint patches. And look at me.
I know, look at you.
Like within seconds.
You can turn your head now.
I was looking at her on the monitor. I couldn't turn my head.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yes, they
And
are.
my knee pain,
Yeah.
actually.
Your knee
yeah,
pain's
my
better
knee
too?
pain. I was only able
Yeah.
to cross this way. Yeah.
And you're stronger.
I actually-
feel like I'm the Wizard of Oz right here.
I actually think I'm going to go for a walk.
And you have a heart, and you've got a brain. Wow.
And
Yeah.
the pain in
They
your leg went
work.
away?
Yeah.
The hell's in this stuff?
I'm like, do they really work?
You know what? The magic, this is what I tell people. The magic is in your body. The patch just helps the body and the brain communicate. So the magic is not in the patch. The magic is in your body. You already have that.
pretty good,
Unbelievable.
right?
Yeah.
Sally and Steve, did you guys try one too?
I actually joined up. That's how
Yeah.
we spoke, and I actually hadn't tried it. I had a very bad pain in my arm this morning.
You should put it on your toe.
I have the patches. I didn't realize I got the patches, but it came with it.
Oh, they just
so
came.
yes,
Okay, there you go.
And you got a broken toe, so you should
And I
try
got
the
a
pain
broken
patch.
toe, so I'm in bad need of a pain one, I guess.
Wow, look at that.
I gotta tell you, I feel a whole lot better.
Going for a walk?
I think I'm going to, yeah. I feel,
Yeah,
actually,
the
I do
energy
feel better.
level, the energy, because and it's not like a drink, right? Where you would drink an energy drink. This is the natural energy your body would have naturally and organically, right? But it's suppressed, and so what it's allowing now is for that to surface. So your energy is coming back. You have better mobility. You're stronger, and now you can do better.
Now, the one he put on me, what is this one?
That is called the Liberty Patch, and that is for energy, mobility. And she spoke about inflammation earlier, right? And that is the cause of everything. And we have to get rid of that. We need some of it, obviously, but not excess. So when you combine the Liberty Patch with the Victory Patch together, they actually create homeostasis in the body, which is a fancy word for balance. But when the body is balanced, the body starts now to function properly the way it was meant to. And then you couple that with the the Defend Patch, which is immune support, and your body now has come full circle, and it's functioning the way it did when you were young and healthy. So it's amazing.
Umbilical cord science.
Yeah, and like you said, the power was in you. The power is in you all along. So she needs one of your Glenda.
I'm telling you, like the Wizard of Oz, you had the
Yes.
power all along.
Yeah, we do. I mean,
Sally, I
this
feel
is
like
how our
this is
bodies
sort
were
of
made.
like your people.
Yes, and it's amazing because I
Technology.
actually had mentioned it to Steve when I received it, but I guess he may have been doing something else. I'm not going to say he wasn't listening to me, but he has no recollection of it. And he wasn't meant to be here today. As you know, he was going to work through situations. He's not there today. And this isn't coincidence. He was there because he's in a lot of pain a lot of the time. And here you are, meeting the
And
Sally,
there's
you have
no
them at
limit
home?
to the number of patches you can put on. They don't
Correct.
interfere with each other.
No, I wear 4. And so I just love it. It has changed my life. If you knew me a few months ago, it would take me about 5 minutes to actually get up off this chair. I wouldn't have. You've seen me jumping around all over the place. I wouldn't have been able to do that. I wouldn't have been able to sit here without being in excruciating pain. And within 10 minutes, my pain went down from excruciating to about, I would say, a 2. I woke up the next day, and I've been pain-free ever since.
I'm looking forward to trying
Yeah,
it because
I love
pain
it.
is my middle name.
Yeah, and I feel great. I feel today, so I will tell you, I'm 59. I just had a birthday. And I tell you this because I feel like I did when I was 30. You and I can go running today. I mean, for real.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I'm all in. And I
Yeah.
gotta tell you, when I came to the studio today, because it's Monday, I had like a lull. The morning show, I was a bust because I wish I just didn't have that.
Sluggish. You were
Yes,
sluggish.
Exactly. And my sinuses are cleared up.
Mhm.
It's like
Yeah.
everything up is like clear all of a sudden. I don't know.
Interesting.
I'll tell you what, you wear the Defend Patch, the Liberty Patch, and the Victory Patch, and you will be 10 feet tall and bulletproof. And I'm not just kidding that. Yeah. It's
Once
amazing.
again-
Like Superman.
Dawn, once again, I have to say there is no coincidences, which I talk about every week on my
I
show,
know,
right?
right? We've got your show coming up today at 2:30.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Anything for making you feel better. I mean, the object of the game is that you want to get up to go. You know, there was a time that my neuropathy was so bad I couldn't walk. So how the hell do I walk if I couldn't get the neuropathy under control?
Yeah.
And we met somebody who gave me a cream. I'm going to show it to you offset. And I got to tell you, I swear by it. It was unbelievable. But this is a different type of feel.
Yeah.
What's the price point on some of these?
Very, very affordable. Very affordable.
Do they come in month supply
They do
packets?
come in month supplies, and you can actually go to the website. You have my link, and your first order will be 25% off. And also you can choose to become a member, and I can help you with that, and then you can purchase it at wholesale. But you talked about neuropathy. I mean, Victory and Liberty patch together, neuropathy gone.
See, that to me
He's
is,
giving you the thumbs up over
well,
here.
he's the watcher.
Yeah.
He watches everything.
He's a cat man now. It's good to be him right now.
He changed his life.
Yeah.
He was doing squats.
Yeah.
Sally, do you have the pain patches at home for Steve to try?
I actually do. I didn't when I joined. I didn't realize I was getting the patches, and I would have put it on myself this morning. But there's one of each, I believe, in the first. Is there? Or?
Actually, you have 4.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry to have to
That's
ask
okay.
you.
No, you
Yeah,
have
but-
4, and then you have 28 Liberty patches.
Okay. Interesting.
Yes.
But she has a busted foot, so you should be wearing
Yeah,
something.
but it's getting better.
Yeah.
But it's
Sally, I feel like this is sort of some extraterrestrial technology in these
Oh,
patches.
here we go.
I believe there
And
is.
it's-
That's
That's
another
what I
show. We'll
think.
talk about it maybe on my show.
And
right?
here we begin.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
I mean, you think we
I'm
can come
not
up with this as
saying
human beings
nothing.
on our own?
Well, a human being brought it to me.
Yeah, but the technology came from somewhere else.
Absolutely.
Higher authority.
Like I said, I got to stick that patch right on her forehead. Focus patch.
But look, it's working for everybody. So
Yeah.
it's great testimonials, and I saw you get stronger
I'm
in
gonna
30
tell you,
seconds.
I feel more vibrant. I was sluggish. And Cota's knee doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she's in the medical field. And this one's neck is working all of a sudden. It's not a coincidence.
Yeah.
Because I noticed that you were going like this. I'm saying, what the hell's wrong with her?
Yeah.
You were stiff.
The body is very magical. This is how we were made. We were made to heal and repair. Think about it. You know, our bodies, look at all the things we're doing right now. Think about this. We're looking, we can hear, right? We're speaking, we're blinking, we're swallowing, we're breathing, we're talking, we're feeling, and not one thought has gone into any of that.
True that. It's just happening.
It just happens, right?
It's funny. We went to get the statue that's in the lobby. It was G-Man, Garcia, me, and Frank. And she weighs almost 600 pounds. And Garcia and G-Man, they moved her to the truck. And we had to figure out how to lift 600 pounds dead weight and put her in the back of a truck. So Garcia and G-Man told me, get out the way. So I got out the way, and they're trying, they're struggling. So Garcia tells G-Man, wait a minute. It goes like this, and he goes and he lifts it onto the truck. And I have never seen anything like that. Now, I've heard stories where people have turned cars over.
Sure.
And all this energy comes out of somewhere, whether it's God, spiritual, or whatever, but it comes from the body, and they do it. So, you know, the human body has secrets that even we don't know about ourselves. Sure. And it can be, so why not this?
Well, and think about our brain. We don't use all of it. We use just a very small amount. And you've heard of moms lifting cars after, you've seen, you know, moms
That's her
lift up
husband.
cars
That's her
after,
husband.
you know, a child, you know, their child has fallen, you know, and the car is on them, and she'll lift up the car to pull the child. Where does this come from? You know, it's, our bodies are amazing, amazing.
So this is nice. Margaret, you like it?
Absolutely, and I need all of them.
She needs all of them.
You need all that at one time. You'll be like a giant stepson.
Eva, can I just say? Oh, I'm sorry, Margaret.
Also, like I said, I have, well, old age too, which doesn't help. For I have certain things, you know, I'm diabetic and
Sure.
I have pains all over my body right now. You know, so I would love to try them.
Absolutely.
And it was a surprise for me today because I wouldn't normally be here.
Right, for both of you, I brought them both in. My house was
You did good.
I did good.
You did
I was going to
good.
say also, which I talk also on my show because I don't believe there's coincidences, but also I also tell people to be able to do all this, I think we have to have a certain belief to know that it's also going to work. Which
Oh,
goes in with our
100%.
brain. So yeah, I
Yes.
just wanted to say that because
Yes,
I
no,
have a
thank
total
you.
belief in this. Yeah.
Yes, and the thing is, and we know we have been giving, you know, these God-given talents, right? We all have them. The problem is we fall trap to society, you know, and we have to take our power back. And so this will allow you to also take your power back because you're healing and repairing yourself naturally and organically. So when you feel better, you do better, right? Absolutely. And you become better. Yeah. So it's a win-win-win for For sure.
You said it best when you said blood work don't lie.
Blood work does not lie. And this is what I tell folks. If you are not believing, let's just say, right, or skeptical, go get your blood work done and then put on the patches and then go get your blood work done. And especially the Defend patch. The blood cells start to free flow within a 30-minute period. And you go from what we call sticky blood, that's when all your blood cells are all clumped together, there's really not a lot of oxygen flowing through it, to putting on the Defend patch and then drawing that blood within a 30-minute period, and now your cells are round, they're free flowing through their body, you have oxygen going through them. Those are healthy blood cells. That's what you want to have in your body.
Sticky blood is important.
Sticky blood is not a good thing.
Because inflammation comes from sticky blood.
100%. And this is what I tell people. If you're taking medication, please, let's be real here for a minute. Consult your physician. Tell them what you're doing, because they'll be able to tweak that medication. You should never just stop taking medication because you're feeling better. There's a way, some of it has to be tweaked. You have to be weaned off of it. Some of it you can, stop taking right away. But you have to be smart about it. The patches will allow the body to start that repair naturally and organically, but make sure you also consult with your physician so they know what you're doing and they can start, tweaking the medication.
But the medication that I might be on won't interfere with what the patch is going to do?
Correct, because there is nothing on these patches, so nothing is entering your body, which is a beautiful thing, so there are no side effects. And that's why children can use them, everyone can use them, because there's no ingredients. So
Should make a TikTok for this, because I've been watching TikToks all weekend on castor oil. If you put castor oil on here, it'll take away this. If you put it on your face, it'll take away your line. It sounds like a whole lot better than castor oil.
Yeah, I don't know about all that. But
I don't either. It's probably not true, so I may as well make it something that has the science and technology behind it.
But the magic is in the body.
Your body will heal itself if given the right.
If you're given the opportunity.
Absolutely.
Yeah, when I went to my doctor, and because he has to get clearance from his supervisor as to what we're going to be doing, and I could still hear him. He was in her office, and she wanted to put me on that pill. You lose weight that people are using.
The Ozempic.
What is it called?
The Ozempic.
That stuff. And he says, I'm not putting him on anything. I'm taking him off of stuff. And they're arguing back and forth. She says, first of all, he's a diabetic. What are you're gonna count on what he's gonna say? And he said to me, I do. And he looked at me, he says, let's get this done. And then now he's like jumping up and down for joy because I did exactly what I was going to do. And a lot of it's sticky blood, is what I was told about. I have to drink a lot of water. And then when you think you're drinking enough water, drink some more water. It heals the body. When you get up in the morning, drink 8 ounces of water. It changes your whole dynamics. It changes everything, and you'll see it. And this stuff makes it worthwhile because now you want to get healthy. And you're feeling like this, I want to go get a walk. I didn't want to walk today. Now, pretty good. Take your water, take your meds, and then let the doctor remove you from them slowly because you can't cold turkey them either. So
that's right.
Word to the wise, listen to Doc.
Look at this, all this hope in this room. Hey, like that. It's a day of hope and healing.
Because we're at the Brooklyn Cafe.
That's it.
That's actually our motto, your place for hope and healing.
Of course it is. Sally, because there are no coincidences.
And you want to be able to do it correctly. Something that works for you is important. Something you believe in is important. Something that you'll follow and say, I'm going to do this because I'm aware of it. And everywhere that I go, because I have my people on Saturday, I got the clinic, I got different people, they know me already, and they'll say to me, what about this, this, and this? You know how many CBDs I said no to?
Sure.
Said, absolutely not. Don't take that stuff, it doesn't do anything, but give you a stomachache. You got to be careful. And the more that you learn and educate your body as to yourself, what works and doesn't work, like having corn that's not good for you. I love corn. Love it. But you're right. The chicken that eats the corn, how do you get by from that, right? So you have to buy the right foods that you're going to ingest. Garbage in is garbage out.
Like I said, it's good to see you talking about health and wellness.
Well, you've been after me for years to do it.
Yeah.
But I can't run 12 miles like you.
I can't either.
Yes, you do. You run all over Spain. You're in Egypt. She's on that machine that has the pictures.
And then I get off and I can't move my shoulder because
she
I
walks
do the
in like
elliptical
this.
too much, and I pulled to this and I pulled to that. We're getting old, all I can tell you.
No, I'm already old. But the object of the game is if you feel a little pump, a little energy, you have to walk a little bit longer, then you do that.
What's your website, Ava?
It is mypatchqueen.com.
Mypatchqueen.com.
And you need the victory patch, and you will be able to go to Egypt and back.
There you go.
Yeah.
I know I couldn't move this shoulder on Saturday. I went and got a pedicure. They've got the massage chairs, and suddenly it's like, oh, I can move my neck again. Beautiful thing.
And now you can move it?
Now I can move it, and you know what happens? I'll get back on it again today and do it all over again because it's what we do to our bodies.
Not we. What, do you got a mouse in your pocket? I tell you,
We
you
and
must
me.
love pain.
Do you know what a we is? It's an upside down me. Ever
Very
thought
clever,
about that?
very clever teacher, very clever.
I just thought about that,
Yes.
right? You just turn the W upside
It
down.
must,
you got an
my
M.
patch must be oozing to you. It's giving you vision and wisdom.
We're going to take a commercial break. More to come. Bonnie's got a new book coming out, so let's chit-chat about that. Right now you can get Love, Bonnie, a memoir, and read all about her story. So more to come on the other side of this break. We'll be right back.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show.
What would you do if you had a broken bone? You'd go to the doctor and use your insurance, right? What would you do if you had a serious problem with drugs and alcohol? Most people do nothing until it's too late. Your insurance can help you get clean and sober with the assistance of a place like the Detox and Treatment Helpline. Many times treatment is fully covered, so why not use your insurance to treat your addiction problem just like you would if you had a broken bone? And with the Family Medical Leave Act, you're allowed by law to take off time from work, and your employer doesn't need to know the reason. So there are two good reasons. You've got insurance you can use for your addiction problem, and with the Family Medical Leave Act, it's completely confidential. Call us right now and save a life.
Call 855-350-4504. That's 855-350-4504. Call 855-350-4504 now.
Hey travelers, everybody wants cheap airfares, but where can you find them? You call Smart Fares. Our prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low they're not published anywhere. Smart Fares specializes in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rentals, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, Smart Fares can help you get there cheaply and with the best price guarantee. If you want the absolute lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call us right now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these low rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the lowest rates available. So don't wait. Call Smart Fares right now for the best price guaranteed. Save up to 50% off business and first class. We've got great last-minute travel deals too.
Call 855-828-0198. That's 855-828-0198. 855-828-0198.
Imagine this is your money and someone wants to take it from you. Who is it? The IRS. Guess what? They want your money and they can take it, all of it if they want. Remember, they sent you that letter right over here that said, hey, you owe us a bunch of cash and we're going to take it from you right now. So what do? You fight back by letting our team of experts work it out with the IRS so you can keep your money. And hey, we're good at what we do. When you hire us, you get a team of guys on your side that know the IRS laws, and we'll fight really hard to save your money. So, if you owe the IRS a ton of cash and you want to keep it, call right now and learn for free how we can help you put it back in your pocket. 5 minutes of your time right now can save you thousands of dollars. And the best part, it's a free call, so please call right now.
Attention timeshare owners. This is an urgent consumer alert from the Timeshare Exit Hotline, a national company specializing in helping consumers legally get out of their expensive timeshare contracts. We're offering you a way to legally get rid of your timeshare. So if you're fed up with the maintenance fees that keep on coming and want to learn if you can terminate your timeshare legally and permanently, call today. Even if you've tried before and were unsuccessful in getting rid of your timeshare, call today and see if we can help. We offer a complete 100% unconditional client satisfaction guarantee. Make this completely free call and learn how we can help you legally put an end to your timeshare nightmare once and for all. You have nothing to lose, so call right now to qualify and receive a free consultation. You can terminate your timeshare legally and permanently, but you've got to call now. Call the number on your screen today. It's a free call.
Has your heater busted, computer crashed, appliance broken? Then you need ARW Home.
Life's been pretty worry-free since I got coverage with ARW Home. Don't waste thousands of dollars on air conditioning, appliance repair, and replacements. Save that money with ARW Home. Protection plans that cover household appliances, systems, and electronics.
My air conditioning broke on a Sunday. I called ARW and they came out and fixed it right away.
Get your free quote today. Call or go to arwhome.com now.
Attention firefighters. Did you use firefighting foam in your job? And then, did you develop cancer? Call our legal helpline right now and file your financial claim. Firefighting foam has been used for decades at airports and military bases. This foam has been linked to cancer. If you have cancer and you worked around firefighting foam, you may be eligible for financial compensation. Please make this free call now.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back.
Everyone's got a whole lot of energy.
Yes, I'm busting at the seams. I'm going to tell you, I do feel better.
better?
I was like in a fog. Like there was 4 of you. God help us.
I'll light a candle for you. All right, we got.
Did you put one on?
I did.
And what's that one for?
Pain? We'll see. He wants one too. He needs a patch in there.
I got to tell you something. I don't know if it's psychosomatic, but my legs feel better. This is really nuts. Come on now. Seriously?
Yep. It's your body.
Wow, my legs feel better. I think.
Let me ask you a question. If I cut you right now, what would happen?
I bleed.
Exactly. Instantly, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
There you go. Same thing. The repair starts immediately.
I thought it was psychosomatic because Coto's knee is not hurting anymore. And my legs feel pretty freaking flexible. Now, you never see me go this way. This is not.
That's because you're getting mobility back.
This is weird anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
You will be 10 feet tall and bulletproof soon. Just saying.
I don't need to be 10 feet tall, but I'll take the bulletproof. My hands also. Anyway, let's move on because this is just strange. What do you got?
Bonnie's book. This is how we met Bonnie. It's been a couple years already, I think, since we've met you.
About 2 years.
And you've got a new one coming out. And you're writing a chapter in
Awaken Your Magic.
Use your mic.
Yeah.
Awaken Your Magic is the name of the book.
And it's by it's a collaborative book, and it's from As You Wish Publishing, and the publishers are phenomenal people. I adore them. Every book that they publish turns to a best-selling book in many categories. So I'm very proud and excited and grateful to be a part of their next collaborative book.
And what are you going to be writing about?
I'm actually writing about what happened after I wrote Love Bonnie, how I felt good, sober, good, but I still was having issues, and how the ketamine infusion experience changed me, how it really helped me.
Now, how long have you been doing the experience?
Well, I did the 6 infusions, we started in
In January, February?
Yeah, but I wasn't really doing integration coaching, and I was kind of feeling not okay, and I got, I think, 2 boosters or something, and that really made all the, so then I've been doing the integration work, and like first time stuff has happened to me for the, for the first time I could say, I really love myself. For the first time, I could say, I don't care what other people think, and mean it. So
the collaboration that you've written, when did you write it?
So the new book that I'm a part of,
Right.
it's a group of other people. So I just wrote one chapter. It's only
When?
1,500.
When did you do it?
I actually wrote it, and I'm submitting it. It hasn't been released yet. Ignite Your Fire, I think, is the other one that just was released by As You Wish Publishing. You could just Google As You Wish Publishing. My friend Beth is in that one. She's phenomenal. They're just always great stories of inspirational moments, inspirational people, and I feel that this experience has been very inspirational, and I wanted to share it with a lot of people that I know are suffering, especially people in recovery that are suffering, that are so scared to do this. And I thought, you know what? I'm not going to keep it a secret. I'm going to share it, and maybe it can help someone else.
Now, you wrote, I'm anxious to ask you when you wrote it, because I know there was 2 years and then you met, you met her.
Oh,
and-
so I just wrote it. I just actually finished it. I haven't
okay,
even
so
submitted
it's
it yet.
incorporating what you went through with Koto.
Absolutely. That's what it's about.
Interesting.
It's going to help a whole lot of people.
It is.
Fresh
I think
perspective.
I think that the way things are working right now, everybody's writing these books, and we're trying to turn them into mini shows, mini trailers, mini shorts, which is what we're doing with Sally as well. Because inside your message, there's a message, and you're the delivery. You're the way it's being delivered, and this is just part of it. What you're going through right now, which is important, because a lot of people, like with Sally, it's the inner self, the way I see it anyway. It's left to interpretation, because my co-host here had a whole different take on it. But I see a delivery from people on things that you've gone through, and you write about, and you help other people, and you don't realize just how much people can start saying, you know, I'm in her shoes and she got through it. Let me follow that recipe.
Yeah, and it's not like a really boring self-help book, like, yeah, do this, do that. It's kind of funny, and it's got stories, and it's easy to read. The chapters are short. It's, you know, like a fourth grader could read it. It's very simple. So it's not, you know, I'm not telling people what they need to do. They're just kind of getting a peek into some crazy times of mine and how I went through them and survived.
Journey.
You feel good? You feel good about writing it?
Oh, about writing Love Bonnie or writing up the new
one?
Yeah, I was excited to write it because I was like, I want to write a book about this, but I wasn't ready to do another whole book because that's a lot of work. So when this opportunity came up, I'm like, a chapter, that's wonderful. I can write a chapter, and I am very excited to share it with people. Very excited for the message to get out there, because there is such a stigma attached to ketamine infusion therapy.
True.
There's a stigma attached to just getting healthy.
I don't think I could even write a chapter.
I tried to write a book. I wrote 7 pages. Hey, 7 pages is more than 6.
It's a lot. How's your book coming, Sally?
Well, excuse me, we're working on it. I mean, I've got a lot of work still to do.
You got Steve home to help this week, so that's good.
Yes.
I've taken a few pages and put them into a pages document.
We want to do we're going to do a short movie on Sally called Aldo. And it's an interesting concept about finding your inner self. Very similar to your story.
Actually, it is. I was actually, as I was listening to you, Bonnie, because mine is all about hope. My show is about hope. Also believing that there's more, higher power, whatever. It's not religious per se, but it's the belief system. Yeah, we're working very much on that too. So it's interesting to hear your story.
And what have you got coming up on your show today?
You know me, any questions anybody asks me, it's better I don't know, I just answer, right?
Is there a topic, Steve, we're going to focus on?
I talk about some psychic things.
Okay.
We've kind of gotten away from psychic ability.
Some things happened over the weekend?
Yeah.
Yes, actually, yes. But you know, he's reluctant to say anything because I always say I don't want to know what I'm meant to be talking about until I'm on the show.
I don't share with Sally what I plan to ask.
Because to me, it's more real for me too, and I don't know the answers. They come to me in a different way.
Do you ever stop having visions? Do you ever shut it off?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'd be walking around crazy too, which I probably am anyway. But yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. We all have a book. We just haven't written it yet. And the hardest part is to get other people to read it. And once you take the time of writing it and people read it, there's always something there that you can pick up from it. Always, 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 always. Don't ever take it for granted that your story doesn't count, because it does. It's just the length and the depth of it. So, but we're having fun with that short.
Crew's putting that together
piece.
with some pictures and videos and
Yeah,
some things you're going to
I've
look
been
for.
looking. I'm going into my past, my school where I was born. Oh my gosh, it's bringing back memories I didn't even know I had.
You see, but what you don't know is this has done to the creative minds in here. With Shorty, who's about 6'6", and Christmas Tree, they gotten together, and some other people, and they're talking about how to coordinate what we're looking for. So it went from a concept to finding the method of delivery. It is not easy to do what you do. It is not easy to do what you do, because you have to give people a sense of it's going to work out, let's do this, and they have to believe you, and then they got to do it. And they got to do it. And they got to do it again. And just when you think that everything's okay, you stop doing it, and all that negative energy comes your way. It's easier to listen to fear than it is to listen to hope.
But I think that everybody involved in the book, it's not just all about me. It's about everybody that's actually putting this book out, putting it together, because it's a book of hope, it's a book of positivity, so it should affect everybody involved with it. Right?
It is, it does. But I've done this business a pretty long time, and I've never met anybody who has said something to me that stopped me in my tracks, and I found my Aldo moment. I have, personally, for me. And that moment forward, I look at all the things in my past life to today, and it makes a whole lot of sense.
That's what it's about, Freddie.
I agree.
It's the journey for each one of us. We're all individuals on a journey. So.
I agree.
And the book is happening, which is really exciting.
Yeah, thank you. And thank you guys for making it possible for me too. You know,
we learn a lot through you.
Yeah, thank you.
And you bring Margaret, so it makes us smile
Vice
every
versa.
Monday night.
This place always lifts me up, you know, the Brooklyn
No, I
Cafe.
think it's just Freddie's coffee.
I can clarify everything she does and says. I'm amazed at everything.
So if anyone has any questions, you can give us a call at the studio, and Sally will put
Or
on
come
her-
by.
Or come on in.
Come
You have
by,
people
yeah.
coming in today?
Yes, a few regulars.
Your regulars are coming in?
Margaret, Steve, so
And Sandy?
we've started the ball rolling.
And maybe Sandy. We'll see who
Sandy,
comes in.
yes.
I got to pay a compliment to you guys. The show that we did on Friday, where we were doing the games, we should have done the games today. Today would have been fun.
They had games. I just don't know. I don't think Elisa was up to it.
So the word association game, so we have somebody who's a special guest coming in on Wednesday, which is Gio, my son's boss, which is involved with the NASA program and everything else. She saw the show. She wants to do the games. Now imagine, ladies from NASA, she's sending experiments up to the ship going around the Earth and everything else. And I'm saying to her, so we're going to talk NASA, we're going to talk about moon rocks. What are we going to talk about, gravity? No, we're going to do jokes. We're going to do jokes and dance, exactly. So they're going to put a screen behind her, and we have to give her clues as to what she's sitting in front of.
Oh.
Like a Martian,
Like
a moon
charades?
rock. Like a charades in reverse.
On their show the other day.
She loved it. What is wrong with these people?
They want to have fun, but it was fun on Friday. What we got to do,
I
right?
was that was the one we were on. Yeah, I was laughing so much I was crying.
So was I. I was crying watching you cry.
Yeah.
So Sally, I was standing at a bar in the middle of an ocean.
Oh yeah, I know. I could carry on now. I loved it. I loved it.
She's always sitting at a bar.
We should have opened with that today.
Sally's spoken about it.
Many times, yeah, over the weekend.
So
It
funny,
was
right? You got to
incredible.
laugh and have some fun.
Yeah.
Life's too short not to have fun.
Absolutely.
Wrap this up. Get ready for Call Me Zena.
Let's get ready for Call Me Zena.
All right. Have a great afternoon, everyone. Be safe. Be kind to each other. For more information, tune in right here, and we'll get you all the resources you need. Ava, Chris, everyone, Sally, Steve.
How do you get this book?
Barnes & Noble online, Amazon online. Just Google Love Bonnie, L-U-V Bonnie. Well, with the crystal
stone.
on it is, mine.
I
You get it.
understand that, but everybody's saying, mine didn't come in that stone. So I'm going to have to buy
they
a...
have to come to me, and my
Oh, there
email
you go.
is cocomundy, COCOMUNDY @yahoo.com. And if you, go through me.
Go through her. Bonnie Salco.
And you get the crystal.
All right.
It's a crystal on here, see that?
Have a great afternoon,
Did you see that?
everyone. I say that.
Did you know it was there?
Did you know I even had the book?
No, I didn't.
You're impressed, I know.
Yeah, how come these books always disappear?
We'll see you tomorrow, 9 a.m. drive time.
And don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show's over, the Broken Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.